When the night falls and your body feels heavy, yet your mind refuses to rest, you sense that something deeper is happening, because this battle is not only physical, but spiritual. The silence of midnight can be louder than the noise of the day. It amplifies your hidden fears, your secret regrets, your buried wounds. And yet God has given you a weapon, a prayer that cuts through the dark. The shocking truth is this: rest is not just sleep, it is warfare. And the enemy knows that if he can rob you of rest, he can rob you of joy, of strength, of clarity. But tonight, you are invited into something greater. Tonight, you are called into a prayer that will shift the unseen atmosphere. For it is written in Psalm 4:8, "In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." These are not empty words. They are a declaration, a weapon, a shield. When you whisper them into the night, the unseen trembles. For even though the enemy prowls like a roaring lion, as 1 Peter 5:8 warns, he cannot withstand the authority of Christ that lives in you. So, you begin. You open your mouth not with polished speech, but with raw honesty. You confess the restlessness that clings to your chest. You lay bare the secret fears that you never dared to speak aloud. Because the power of prayer is not in performance, but in surrender. And as you release the hidden bitterness, the quiet anger, the guilt that lingers like a shadow, something begins to shift. The chains you could not see begin to crack. The heaviness pressing down on your spirit begins to lift. For Isaiah 26:3 says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." And in that moment, you make a decision. No haunting memory, no secret shame, no whisper of condemnation will dictate your night. Your trust is no longer in your own strength. It is placed into the unshakable hands of the one who never slumbers. As you breathe his name, the chaos begins to fade. The noise becomes silence. The fear becomes stillness. But peace is not the end. Prayer goes deeper. It reaches into healing. Because peace without healing fades. But the Spirit longs to touch the wounds you hide beneath smiles, the pain you bury when no one is watching, the secret injuries of your soul. And so you dare to pray. Search me, God, and know my heart. Psalm 139, verse 23. Not as ritual, but as surrender. A shocking invitation for him to step into the places you try to avoid. And when you open that door, the poison of unforgiveness begins to drain. The scars of trauma rise, not to torment you, but to be cleansed. The secret battles you never spoke of are brought into the light, and his hand begins to heal. Do you see it? Night prayers are not weak whispers. They are blazing arrows in the spirit. They pierce the darkness. They disturb the unseen. And the shocking truth is this: even while you sleep, those prayers continue to work. Angels are dispatched, burdens are lifted, chains are cut. Romans 8:26 declares that when you do not know what to pray, the Spirit himself intercedes for you with groanings too deep for words. That means your tears on the pillow are not wasted. They are transformed. They rise as petitions before the throne. And suddenly, you realize that rest is not escape. Rest is strategy. While you rest, God is secretly fighting battles you cannot fight. He is arranging answers you cannot see. He is setting ambushes against enemies you never knew were coming. Psalm 91 reminds you that though terror stalks by night, it cannot touch you, because you rest under the shadow of the Almighty. Tonight, your bed is not a battlefield for torment. it becomes an altar for God, a place of visitation, a sanctuary where angels stand guard. And in this atmosphere, you let go. You release control. You whisper, "Not my will, but yours be done." And that surrender unlocks a rest so deep, it becomes healing. Because rest in God is not passive, it is active trust, and trust terrifies the enemy. A believer who sleeps in peace cannot be manipulated by fear, cannot be broken by anxiety, cannot be destroyed by lies. Listen carefully. The invitation is not just to close your eyes, it is to rest in His promise. For Matthew 11:28 declares, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." That is not a gentle suggestion. That is a divine command. If death itself could not hold Him, then insomnia cannot hold you. Anxiety cannot hold you. Fear cannot hold you. So tonight, you pray differently. You do not beg. You declare. You say, "Lord, I receive the peace you promised. I receive the healing you purchased. I receive the rest you designed." And in that moment, something aligns. Heaven leans close. Your body exhales. Your spirit steadies. Your mind quiets. And though the night may be long, the secret is that His presence makes it short. His voice makes it sweet. His Spirit makes it safe. You close your eyes not in defeat, but in victory. Not in exhaustion, but in renewal. Because you know this, the same God who covered Israel with a pillar of fire by night now covers you with His Spirit. The same God who shut the lions' mouths for Daniel now silences every accuser against you. The same God who gave Jacob dreams of promise now gives you visions of peace. And here lies the shocking truth. When you awaken, you will not only be refreshed, you will be transformed. You lay down with burdens, but you will rise with blessing. You slept with questions, but you will rise with answers. You closed your eyes in weakness, but you will rise in strength. Because while you rested, the God of heaven moved. He healed, He restored, He defended, He rebuilt. And tonight, as you pray this powerful night prayer for peace, for healing, and for rest, you are not just preparing for sleep. You are sealing your night with divine protection. You are declaring ownership over your rest. You are proclaiming that nothing hidden, nothing secret, nothing terrifying in the dark has authority over you. For greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. So let this be your bold conclusion. You will not fear the night. You will not carry today's pain into tomorrow. You will not surrender to sleepless torment. Tonight belongs to God. Your soul belongs to Christ. Your rest belongs to the Spirit. And in that holy assurance, you finally lay down. And you rest, not in weakness, but in victory.